Hey guys, I'm Torsten Malm, tattoo artist specializing in color realism. Today we're going to be talking about how to go about getting an apprenticeship and why an apprenticeship can be very beneficial for you. Most young artists, when they're trying to get into tattooing, they realize it's really hard to actually get an apprenticeship. And in one way, it also should be. This is not, something that should be handed to you on a silver platter. It's a very, very nice profession to have, and it gives you a lot. But I really suggest to go about it the right way. So we're going to talk about some of the different ways to go about actually becoming a tattoo artist, whether you should learn on yourself or if you should have an apprenticeship, and what the benefits are. Many artists have learned on their own, but it is really risky. You're gonna get a lot of bad habits, which are really hard to grow out of. You're gonna do a lot of stupid mistakes, and worst case scenario, you're actually gonna, create a very big health risk for yourself or for your client. So there are very, very big reasons for why you should get an apprenticeship. But as said, it's not very easy always. So let's look at some of the things you could do to actually get a good apprenticeship. The most important thing you can do is become a very good artist. And I'm not talking about just tattooing, but before you get into tattooing, make sure that you are on a very high level when it comes to drawing or painting or whatever medium of choice you have. This is the one thing that the artist you reach out to will actually see. And most artists, if we're taking on an apprentice, it takes a lot of time because we need to be very devoted into teaching that other person, and it just is not something that happens in a day, but it requires a lot of effort from the master who will be teaching you also. So they definitely don't want to start from the ground up and teach you the basics in drawing, even though drawing is very important as a tattoo artist, but that's something you can learn quite good on your own. So make sure to really perfect your drawing skills. And when you then reach out to an artist that you would like to be your master or teacher, then having a really strong portfolio is going to go a very long way, because that can actually spark the interest in the artist, seeing the potential in you. If you don't have any potential to show, nobody will really be interested in teaching you, unless you maybe are their friend or something. But even then, it's nice to see that person actually has a passion and they have done some of the work on their own already. And when I say some of the work on their own already, I don't mean anything with tattoo related things. You don't really need to have a background in tattooing at all when striving for an apprenticeship. It's sometimes even better that you don't have this, but just having a very strong foundation in your artwork. Another really important thing to consider when you're reaching out for somebody to give you an apprenticeship or become a master to teach you is be very polite. Understand that what you're asking for is a huge gift and a lot of time required from this person to teach you. So be polite and take it almost as a job application, because that's really what it is. You don't want to be sending out just one quick Instagram message like, hey, yo, you want to teach me? Nobody will answer that, no matter how good your portfolio is. But at the same time, even if you're super polite and writing a very good message, if your artwork is bad, you're also standing a very low chance of getting that apprenticeship. So make sure to put these two things at the top of your list. Master your craft in drawing or arts in general, and when you reach out, do some background research about this person and make it a very personal letter when you reach out. I also want to state that don't reach out to just anybody, because getting a teacher, it's very important that you actually get a good teacher and somebody who is actually willing to teach you, somebody you look up to. So you don't want just anybody teaching you, because they can also teach you a lot of stuff that is completely wrong. And I still feel like it's very important to learn from everywhere, but it's good to have one specific person who can be there guiding you forward and still simultaneously picking information from everywhere around you. But make sure that the person you're reaching out to is somebody you very highly value, and somebody that you feel can actually take you to that next level. Now, at the same time, keep in mind that getting that apprenticeship is not easy, so don't take it for granted. Really fight for it. And if and when you actually get a good apprenticeship, value it so highly, because that's kind of like a golden ticket for you to kind of boost to a completely new level very, very fast. So take it seriously and really stick to these points that I just now gave you, and that's gonna go a very long way. But don't try to reach out to 1,000 different places just in the hopes of getting an apprenticeship, because getting a bad teacher is something you also want to avoid. So do your homework, do your research, and go about it this way, and your chances are much higher than going in with a bad portfolio or just arrogantly asking for an apprenticeship. You should also definitely don't just go for quantity in your portfolio, go for quality. So when you're reaching out, make sure that you have, like, it's enough if you even have 5 pictures or something like that, 5 drawings that you send with your application of getting an apprenticeship. You don't need 100 different drawings that are bad quality. Focus on having a few very high quality drawings, because that actually shows your potential. 100 bad drawings are not going to show your potential, but a few really good ones will. So thank you guys again for staying with me here, and I really hope that this will bear some fruit for you guys, and that you take this advice seriously. And if you do these steps, I think you stand a pretty high, well, a much higher chance of getting a good apprenticeship, really. So as always, I'll see you next week, and please make sure to comment below if there's something that you specifically want me to talk about. I'll check through the comments and see what I can do. And also, if you have some friends who are interested in tattooing, make sure to guide them to my channel, and I'll see you next week.